I find it hard to believe national security agencies the likes of MI2 failed to make Her Majesty the late Queen aware of the harpy posing as a global humanitarian, whose unique brand outreach of compassion in action stopped just short of where her father is concerned to date. The firm appears to be in the process of erasing Harry from senior royal family representation entirely. The loss of his permanent UK residence has officially put his capacity as a Counselor of State in jeopardy. Harry, by default of being a socially challenged moron, is in professional and personal freefall. So what the heck have Buckingham Palace and King Charles III insisted on protecting Meghan's PR reputation to date? Ever since Megxit, it's never ceased to amaze me why Buckingham Palace insisted on covering up all of her past sordid behavioral history. Why does the royal family continue doing so, i.e., by not releasing potentially damaging evidence, like the alleged employee bullying dossier that remains sealed to date? The whole dignified silence, while noble, is increasingly ineffective and antiquated. The royal family needs to light fire with fire in a discreet fashion, like leaking parts of the bullying report to the press, or the many horror stories of Meghan's conduct, like while on tour in South Pacific to Fiji, Australia, etc. What Cheer says as at 8 minutes 40 about Meghan's nascent and burgeoning female dog attitude is very revealing. Happened during one of the early marketing brand ambassadors gigs Meghan's agent managed to get for her. This gig was a defining moment in Meghan's mediocre D-lister celeb career, because it was where she first began to cultivate her now infamous reputation as an overly entitled female dog. Her toxic attitude exemplifies the true measure of a man is revealed not by the way they regard their betters, but rather how they treat ones they perceive as their social inferiors or subordinates. That megalomaniac, narcissistic sense of, oh, where am I going to be seated before I agree to grace the royal coronation event with my presence, entitlement, starting to sound horribly familiar. I don't even think Murphy's Law itself saw that one coming. Even despite Meghan's toxic attitude as a D-lister, nobody way back then. Who would have thought the impossible would occur barely half a decade later? It just doesn't seem feasible such foreshadowing, karmic payback would end up victimizing the British taxpayer, or wreaking such havoc on the integrity of the Commonwealth, or the socially traumatizing post-traumatic stress disorder fatigue the American side of this pond has been relentlessly subjected with, ever since the soulless Meghan succubus and her clueless goofball ginger muppet set foot on American soil. Cheer did a good job putting the spotlight on Meghan's rich past of traumatizing anybody who she deemed her social inferior. I'll never understand why MSM outlets like The Sun, Daily Mail, etc. have yet to publish any of this sociopathic behavior of Meghan to date. Regarding negative accusations about the British royal family, an analyst said, Harry is mentally ill, a drug abuser, and intellectually challenged to boot. He has 2 young children. I believe that is part of the reason they have not taken any kind of action we know of. At this point, it's about the children. The coronation proved the royal family isn't afraid to take measures against Harry. He will never be a public member of that family again. King Charles is not weak. He didn't give in to any of Meghan's demands, no matter what they dangled in front of him, and you know they used the children as leverage. King Charles is concentrating on William and his family. He's waiting it out with Meghan so far. That has been a spectacularly successful strategy. Dig a hole or hang themselves. The royal family has given Meghan the room to make themselves irrelevant. Now that the coronation is over, and Harry has once more made a fool of himself, Meghan is beginning to see he isn't going to afford her narcissistic self any more status, and she will start severing her connections with him. She is out of the chase the royal family game. I believe any information the family has on Meghan will be used in a divorce action. We may never see or hear anything but the outward results. King Charles has kept the door cracked, but he isn't taking Harry back until Meghan is out. Meghan knows that. Harry is the only person in this sad saga who doesn't know. It's just a matter of time. What would have been the point of Her Majesty the late Queen using the information she had? Harry would have married Meghan regardless. I believe the decision was made to make an effort to keep the couple close enough to mitigate the damage. When they realized Harry was not staying, the royal family tried to work with Meghan. Mistakes were made. Who would have thought Meghan was clever enough to go the route she did, or that she would be successful for as long as she was? They underestimated her, and they paid for that. But in the end, they've won, and Meghan is going to scramble to keep all of those wonderful things she gained from her short career as a royal. One British expert explained, "I think it's possible for Buckingham Palace to reveal a ton of dirt on them, and for them to still stay in the line of succession. So it would likely trigger people to say they should be removed. Then you would have to probably remove the kids too, as you cannot realistically have kids considered suitable to take the throne who are bought up by people who are considered unsuitable and against the monarchy. But this would be contentious, as the kids are innocent. Once the Sussexes are gone, the next in the line of succession after the Waleses is Andrew. Well, if the Sussexes are removed from the line of succession, you can guarantee there would be calls to remove Andrew too. Then the next in line after the Waleses is Beatrice, who is not hugely well known or popular. People have nothing against her as such, but she and Eugenie were always very much in the background and wore a lot of ugly dresses and hats, and do not have photogenic good looks that would get them newspaper coverage. Once you have wiped out 4 people from the LOS and drawn attention to its inadequacies, you have greatly undermined the strength of the monarchy, and you have undermined its hereditary nature if you can pick and choose who is in the line of succession. And once the hereditary nature is questioned, you have effectively questioned the whole existence of the monarchy. So best for the royal family not to go there. They do not want Harry and Meghan destroyed. They just want the attacks on them to stop. Also, any dirt they have on Meghan is a good insurance policy against Meghan revealing stuff about them. I reckon they are locked in a stalemate. If other people start to leak dirt on Meghan that relates to the royal family, example, former staff, then Meghan has nothing to lose any longer and can let rip or make stuff up. So it may not be in the interests of monarchy supporters to leak either. It may be that there is no dirt on the royal family even, but they know that lies tend to stick and are hard to dispute too, and they are worried about what she may concoct. There was no racism against her by the royal family, but many people still believe it now. Why do you think the British royal family hides and protects Meghan despite her and Harry's betrayal? Let us know your thoughts below in the comment section. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this newsletter. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.